Sweating out Kansas City.
Sweating out KC. So what's like the biggest fear do you think in crow pose? Let's say some of these arm balances. Falling in your face. Okay, so to avoid that fear, what are a couple of things that you could do as a teacher or as a student? Get them back on their mat, so they're not out here on the floor. Have them lift their face, telling them that if you lift your head up, the weight of your head won't pitch you forward, then you'll just come onto your forearms, like a cat. Or remind them that we're all adults and we're a foot off the floor. So speak to like the rational side, we're not going to wham, just keep the head consciousness, because it's funny, sometimes I actually have people get back on their mats and I say, we're going to bust the fear right now. I want you to go so far forward in your crow pose. You might climb into your crotch here. And then they go, oh, that's all it is? I'm going to come on like a crazy hands and knees. I can do that. Gives you a little courage to try the pose, knowing what you're going to do if you come a little too far, right? But that's good. Otherwise, at home, you can put a pillow in front of you, crash pad, fold another mat up, or do it on the bed. Not great for your wrists, but, So, assist-wise, you guys can add in if you want to. I usually do a couple of different kinds of assists, especially for people who are a little freaked out by it. I get in front of them, so I'm like, you're going to fall in my lap, but, if you don't mind, I don't mind. And then have them try the pose. So when you're in crow pose, let's speak a little bit on this foundation. Fingers are spread pretty wide. I find that middle fingers actually come straight out of the center of the wrist when the elbows are hugged in. So some people teach first, some people middle. I think just look at your wrist creases and see with your elbows really in, what position keeps your wrists straight forward. Squeeze those fingertips into the earth before you get in the pose, because we were just talking about that. It locks the wrists into place a little bit more, so you have this kind of band of muscles hugging the wrist and not allowing so much compression to take place. Once you're already up there, you're going to kind of lock in the compression if you remember to do that then. So do it before. Then she's going to squeeze her elbows in. Okay, I'm up here waiting for her. She's going to squeeze in and lift up. I'm going to have her just touch her shoulders, so if she falls, I'm here with her, and I'm telling her things. Take the elbows forward, do what you got to do, hug in and up right here, yes, beautiful, and come down. Okay, make her hold that long. Just a little shoulder hold, I'm not holding her up, I'm not pushing her back out of the pose, but I'm just here if she should happen to fall forward. I might not even touch her, just to know that someone's there. It's really nice in the pose. Alternatively, if you were up and she's doing the same pose, or lots of arm balances, you can do a rib cage assist back here. Sometimes grabbing the hips, there's no hip to grab here because it's really folded in. So I might find a little spaciousness here and just help guide her. So actually try to fall forward. If she starts to fall, I can kind of hold her back. Pull up, 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 beautiful. So I can also encourage her to take those low ribs in a little bit.
See, do you want to show?
Yes, please. So teachers, if you have other assist share. Your hands in these poses, so spread wide. Once you hug the elbows into alignment, see which finger comes straight out of the center of your wrist. For me, it's my middle finger.
For me, it's my middle.
Okay, so some people say first. For me, it's been the middle finger. I find that really effective, but you can try. Ready? Yeah.
Yep. I'll come here just so if she falls, she falls on my knees.
Yeah, knee and
I can kind of pick her up a little bit too. So this can be really nice for someone who just doesn't really know how to balance. I also teach this assist. I taught this pose this weekend, jumping into crow.
Oh yeah.
And so this is a great assist if you're ever able to jump
into
crow.
Is that
Because you can,
next one?
you
Or
can grab people and
jumping.
set them
Yeah,
down.
you did the jump to crow.
Do you want to jump to crow?
Sure.
Sure, jump to crow. It's the same assist. It's cool. I know. You can jump to crow. You don't
Well,
need an assist
no, I
to
just
jump
want
to crow.
to.
Yeah. So one and jump on exhale,
Nice.
and then I can let her find her balance.
And go.
My knees are right there, so she can't
Yeah.
pitch forward. Yeah, but she's strong enough just to lift herself up. Yeah, so that's a nice one just because your knees are there, so people can't really fall forward.
That's nice. She caught me, and she caught me as I came forward. You saw it.
As a teacher, I see people
and especially in this room, falling forward.
Oh, yeah.
And so to prevent that, like I was going to ask you maybe speak to them, like what you tell them. So you are pitching forward.
Yeah. So I say, I mean, I talk to I definitely, like if we jump forward into crow, for example, the thing about jumping forward into crow is you want to break with your hands strongly. You want to break with your fingertips when you get like halfway up. So you it's like a million part thing that happens. Here's what I tell my class. You firm the fingertips into the mat, first thing, because they don't want the wrists to get all tweaky in this pose. Bring the feet together. Start with the foundation of the thing, because you know that eventually you want to arrive here with the big toes together. If the feet are apart and you try this, usually the knees go too wide. And you're like, what? So I bring the big toes together. I bend the knees. I sometimes have people hop way up so they don't feel so far back. And then we try little hops, little froggy hops. So you just press into the earth and you open those knees on the exhale. So you're really drawing up in the core. That's amazingly strengthening. So some people can get this, and then they walk back a foot, and they start practicing it from there, right? So that's how I teach that, just to kind of keep them drawn in, keep that safety happening, tell them to break with the hands. You know, I'm not going to start every single person all the time from way back there. I'm going to talk about, you can step forward. If you feel like this is wild and crazy, you're going to fall, come forward, go in, you know, find the foundation, find the core of it. And then over time, sometimes we'll do Shakti kicks, but we'll do I call them goddess Shakti, right? So we're learning to strengthen the arms in this, and then eventually, if you can get up here, you're breaking with the hands, you curl that tailbone. You draw in and up through that core. So it's actually, once you get strong enough through that repetition, jump, 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 jump. Arms are strong, shoulders are strong, exhale strong, your legs are in alignment, you get it, you can just, from the high place, draw in and up, curl that tailbone, draw up through the navel. It's actually, at that point, it's a smaller shift than you might think, but getting to that point takes a lot of jumping and repetition like that.